the students involved with WeLight Education, and we wanted to introduce a summer YouTube series that we're going to be putting out once a week on some themes in education that we want to talk to you guys about. Let's introduce ourselves.
Hi guys, I'm Dylan.
Hi guys, I'm Natalie.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth.
Can you remember, especially from high school, which is a really busy time, an educational experience that you'll enjoy and remember the most? Maybe with a favorite teacher?
For me, it would be my calculus teacher. At the end of the school year after APs, he made this enrichment project thing. He called it potions. He gave us our cauldrons, which were like notebooks, and it was like expanding further into what we had learned.
I guess for me, one of the things that really stands out for me throughout high school was we were given a history thesis, and this just happened to coincide with the month that we all went virtual. I just dug into my history research topic, which for me was nationalism in Scotland, which is where I'm from, after the First World War. So I ended up with about a 10-page history thesis that I'd created and generated all from my own curiosity. And I think spending time with a complex topic can help you just enjoy your time by yourself. And it's okay to be curious while you're alone as well as while you're at school.
My special teacher is Taylor Swift because I love music, I love Taylor Swift. I always willing to spend my time to really dig in her lyrics, and that's really helped my improvement of my English. So if you're trying to learn Chinese, maybe just listen to some Chinese songs. Yeah, that's my experience.
So now I'm wondering about things that our parents did to help us succeed and be curious, joyful learners when we were younger up until now. I know for me, my parents are both ecologists and environmentalists, and I spent hours and hours in the field with them when I was a kid, learning about what they were doing, learning about invasive and native species and how to take care of our ecosystems in New Jersey. And every Take Your Kid to Work day for me was like a field trip, but I didn't even notice I was learning. And so growing up in an environment like that, I think made me really curious and passionate about the world around me. What about for you guys? What did your parents help you with?
When I discovered I really love arts, so they just give me all the support they can give, like send me to a studio to work on some art pieces and really support me instead of doing some math question, but spend the time doing the things I really love. If you are a parent, maybe just support what your kids really love. I'm studying iPad drawing right now by myself. I can spend like 6 hours in one piece without any break, and I don't feel exhausting because that's the things I love. I will never feel tired when I'm doing things I love. Yeah.
So it's really interesting what you say. You can be challenged and be doing really, really interesting and complex learning in a field that you love.
Yes.
And it's not failing or wasting your time. What about you, Liz?
My parents have definitely supported me as well. I'm really interested in neuroscience, and that's what I want to major in college. So they've allowed me paid for like summer classes. I've taken a summer class at Johns Hopkins for neuroscience. I've also taken a class at a neuroscience institute online just this past spring actually. And they've also helped me find many opportunities to express that interest. Like my mom found an essay contest for me concerning neuroscience. I actually just finished it yesterday. And it was super fun exploring that area and having that support to help me grow and learn.
Can you guys think of any role models that you've had on your learning process who had maybe their own passions that were different from your own, but who helped you learn to be a curious student?
Yeah, our music teacher, she just traveled around the world, India, and she visited New York. She living in all the different places. So one thing she really taught me is never just settle your life down. You are always discovering something new, and you are always doing an adventure. Life is an adventure, so never stop. Yeah.
For me, it's also my calculus teacher, Dr. Fishman. He has a PhD in physics, but he teaches calculus. And once I asked him why he didn't apply for physics or something, he said he did, but he got the math teaching position instead because his knowledge of physics was too high for high school. And he just told me that he had no regrets of taking the math position. And he told me that to live life without regrets is the best way to live life and keep on going as it is. He's super happy right now.
My English teacher for both sophomore and junior year Mr. Schiltz. He is one of my favorite teachers that I've ever had. He's got an encyclopedic knowledge of Moby Dick and American Civil War history. You know, at middle age, he still feels like he's learning every day instead of just being a teacher. And he also isn't afraid to showcase his excitement. When something happens in class, like maybe an Emily Dickinson poem that we're reading, and something just clicks, he stops what he's doing and he turns around and he goes, "Isn't this great?" And he wants us all to recognize that feeling of learning when it happens, not just let it slip by. How do you guys think that like our passions, which are clear in this for learning specific subjects, have also translated and crossed over to other subjects, maybe even those that we're not as skilled at?
Yeah, so as you know, I'm Chinese, so English is still a challenge, a huge challenge for me, especially for our senior English class. So I still remember our final project, so I just decided to combine arts and English together. I analyzed the 2018 Met Gala in New York, how religion combines with arts. I'm just trying to use, higher level English to analyze all these different things, and finally I got an A class, so yeah.
I'll admit that I am not your typical STEM student in that I've never once taken a comp sci course. In every other aspect of the sciences, biology, physics, and math, and love, comp sci is not my thing, and I admit that. I was able to kind of approach comp sci from, sneak up on it around the corner, and I learned a lot about comp sci without even realizing it because I was taking these math classes. So what I ended up pursuing is a population ecology study of a species of rare snake in New Jersey that I love learning about. And I realized that, hey, even though I didn't originally think that I was good at comp sci or that I had any interest in it, it has so many applications, and the math behind it has so many applications to things I already love.
For me, I'd have to relate to the English story. I'm not a humanities person. But this year for AP Leg, we had 3 essays to write in the test. And one of them is the argumentative, where you can basically just argue anything using any evidence you can come up with. So I would always bring up science or math and everything I know about those subjects to build my argument for the English essays. And I found that really enjoyable and fun to write.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed the first of our many videos on educational themes. At WeLight Education, we are really lucky to be surrounded, all of us here, by joyful learners, and we try to foster that spirit in any student that comes through our educational programs. We even start by asking our teachers, what do you love to teach? Because that's the first step in ensuring that lifelong passion for learning gets passed on. So we'd love if you guys could share your experiences with joyful learning in the comments below. And if you are interested in learning more about WeLight Education's programs and maybe signing your student up, please find our information below and learn more about what we do.